Well, I will be brief. She just gave me the look. I could go on for 10, 20 minutes about Nina's accomplishments, but as Tom says, she needs no introduction here. She's going to tell the story about how it wasn't just her, but she did build this place. She was the Linda Mack of this place. Just when it needed to happen, let's do it, folks. Nina is the Director Emerita of the Minnesota Historical Society, and recently retired, but not slowing down, as evidenced by another engagement this evening. She's president of the Schubert Club, and recently was appointed to the Cultural Resources Management Council of the State Department. So she's long been doing international work with museums, and so she's continuing to provide great leadership in our field. And welcome her to the stage to talk a little bit about leadership and how this place was brought to bear. So.
And so many people whom I have known over the years who shared the vision for this riverfront and with whom I've worked. And of course, to be in Mill City Museum is always a thrill. Anyhow, I'm really honored to be with you to celebrate the second annual Riverfront Summit. And I actually was a member of the Blue Ribbon Committee that set the stage for the Mississippi Riverfront Partnership. And I'm glad to see the organization clearly thriving as it is. I'm anxious to look at the report. There are lots of hurdles in this business. I could write a book about hurdles, but that you are on the right track, I'm convinced of it. Being with you at Mill City Museum means a lot to me, obviously. I think its success in sowing the seeds for the development of the Central Riverfront can really offer us some lessons. In developing Mill City Museum, I had the very great honor of working at the side of David Koch, exemplary public servant and former distinguished 39-year CEO and chairman of the Upper River Railway Corporation. David taught me some lessons about leadership that I think are worth passing on to you as you think about what lies ahead of the partnership. Most of you probably know that David gave generously of his time and treasure to enable the society to create this wonderful Mill City Museum. But what you may not know is that David gave us another gift, the gift of equal, if not greater importance, and that was the gift of his leadership. He challenged the society to think no small thoughts. When I introduced David to our idea of developing a modest visitor center in the ruin of the Washburn Mill and asked him for help, he hesitated, a very bad sign. Not because we were asking, as it turned out, for too much, but because we were asking for too little. He wanted more for the riverfront. David said he would work with the society on the condition that our project would be a place of pride and significance for as long as anyone could imagine. What I think I have only recently actually come to understand is that David's vision was not only for this place, but for the entire riverfront. As a leader, David was interested in the big story, the story of the riverfront inside and outside the walls of the Washburn ruin. It is significant that when we asked David to choose the place in this museum that would bear the Koch family name, he chose the highest spot, the balcony, 9 stories above the river. From here, you can look out over the falls and take in the expanse of the Mississippi as far as your eyes can see, up and down the river. It was therefore no surprise to me to learn that David and his wife Barbara are generously supporting the Minneapolis Riverfront Partnership. If David were here tonight, I think he'd urge you to think big and to think carefully as you proceed. He was a risk taker, but he was a risk taker based on the facts. And that's why the report that's been issued tonight is really so important. And I can't wait to get my hands on a copy. Yes, I'm web savvy, but I also want to read it. And I know also that he would encourage you to engage others in your work as he engaged others in the development of the museum. David's vision and his insistence on rock-solid planning and on building a foundation of community support led to effective investment and development along the Central Riverfront in the 1990s. Now, the coach gift, the Riverside Mississippi Riverfront Partnership, will help ensure that our community will achieve the same fine result on the upper riverfront. We're looking for it, and we're anxious and optimistic for it to happen. I know that David would be delighted with the course you are pursuing. The name Mississippi Riverfront Partnership says it all. Thank you all for your attention and best wishes as you pursue this. It's a great mission. Thank you.